Welcome to the last part of the 3 runes section of this game in the sudden death tournament. Here's the live commentary. All right, back to it now. We're on Snake Pits 1, 21 on Hellfire Mortar, 28 Ignition. So definitely need to be getting that lower. Training up fire magic as we speak. Cost is the same on fire magic as it is on spellcasting with the -1 aptitude, even though the levels are different. So we're going to keep up with this. Right, and we just retreated from here. So I know that the guy I was struggling with right at the end there died as I went up the stairs. So that's cleared out. And we're going to try not to get into a situation like that again. So Hoarfrost Cannonades on G. Otherwise, we're doing opening with Hellfire Mortar, I think, most of the time. We'll do both, of course. Oh, these darn Guardian Serpents surrounding, and he went on the trap here. I didn't see the Guardian Serpent. I think he stepped around the corner and cast, potentially. Unclear. Luckily, though, I can't be too surrounded as it is. Let's just step away. So far, so good. Hellfire Mortar again. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, so my best bet, I think, against this summon surrounding, or teleport surrounding, whatever that spell's called that they do, is Ignition. So we really need to get that online ASAP. It's not optimal. You'd rather something like a Radiate, obviously. But beggars can't be choosers. And the truth is, as long as I have a Hellfire Mortar on screen, very little is going to survive for very long. It's just a matter of getting it on screen. Can be a bit challenging with my cast rate right now, though it is at 19. So we're making progress, making headway. And what are we looking for? I'm wearing a +2 buckler right now. I have a kite and a tower shield. Got mana regen. Lots of armor enchantments. So kind of looking for some kind of resistance or reflecting shield maybe. And then we'll enchant that up. Resistance is looking fantastic. What do I have when they get this close? Just Stone Arrow, I think, which is on E. It's a bit suboptimal at this point to use Stone Arrow. There's a bit of an awkward cast there. It's all right. Permafrost Eruption could be a thing, though I don't have any ice magic to speak of, and Earth is low. Hey, it's close enough, though. 19% is very doable. Doesn't hit allies, I don't believe. So, yeah, that could be a thing. Currently at 17% on Hellfire Mortar, 21 on Ignition, so really moving it along. Let's see, we need 6 spells. We have 3. Earth is at 9. And ice is at 5, so it's a little something. I could bring ice up to 9 pretty cheaply. And then let's just double check. I'm pretty sure that it avoids ally damage rather. See if I can click the right buttons. Never explode next to the caster. Yeah, it does appear it can harm my allies, which is unfortunate. Okay, I am poisoned. And Hellfire Mortar's gone the wrong way. Nothing scary on the screen yet. There's a miscast. Another miscast, and we're bailing. Try again. We're awfully close to where we just were. So maybe we can shout and bring some enemies in. Cover up that trap. Okay. Lots of ranged enemies now. Is this going to be Vashina, the champion pack? Maybe. Look at that. Ignition now at 17. Let's try it. Works pretty well with Hellfire Mortar. Go, Hellfire Mortar, go. When you get the best spell in the game, well, you should probably just use it. There's Plasma Beam too. I like Plasma Beam a whole lot less than I like Permafrost Eruption. Notably, but it does a ton of damage, and we're already in fire, so it's the more straightforward option, I guess, to get online. You guys could like chill out here and let me rest for a second, couldn't you? It'd be great. I feel like I'm pulling the whole level here. Okay, cool. All right, I wanted to check my mutations there. Okay, we are getting +6 now AC from that mutation after hitting level 18, so that's pretty solid. Up to 20 AC. The Charlatan's Orb. I have had fun runs with this. Massively reduces stealth. Oh, I'm thinking about the other one. No, I am thinking about this one. Boost your other skills by 20% of base evocation skills. But it interferes. I ran this on a null of Ash, and it was extremely good. I don't think we're doing that here. Because we're not training too much more in the way of evocations on this character, I don't think. It really works best when you've got lots of skills and lots of evocations, which is why it works so well on a null. Maybe it'd be fine, but it's also really hard to justify not using a shield under any circumstances, really. Whoops. There we go. Ring of Flight. I do like Flight with Hellfire Mortar. Opens up some really cool tactics you can do. It could be worth switching it in later on for the Ring of Intelligence, potentially. Let's just do a quick search for shields. Nah, nothing good. All right, let's go get a rune. Gozag saw fit to bless me with a shop right here on Snake 4. Is this the vault that I've spawned next to? Certainly feels that way, doesn't it? Fire magic to 18 now. Hellfire mortar only at 14% though. Now that means that ignition's going to be around 10 probably failure rate, so I could just get spell casting up a little bit higher, say 15 to get those spell levels. Let's just check. 9% on ignition. So that came online really quickly. The spell casting is going to hit Hellfire Mortar very efficiently, given its 3 schools. So that'll be just fine. Get the spell levels online for probably Permafrost Eruption. I don't know. I'm not going to jump into it. We'll see. I'd rather have summon horrible things, or I don't know, even sphinxes maybe at this point would be good. Let's see what's in the shop. Amnesia, blinking. Do I have blinking scrolls? I think I don't. Armor. I think I used them all, right? Yes. Okay. Well, no question I'm buying this. And then I have 6 enchant armors right now, so let's just use them on my gloves. I don't know if I'm keeping this armor the whole game or not, but I mean, with this amount of gold, just give me these scrolls, please. I'll take them and I will use them at some point. Okay, we'll just leave her be for a minute. Make sure the rest of the level's cleared before I mess with her. Because she has that teleport nearby ability, which is going to be really bad for us on our slow Naga. Okay, we got a Battle Axe of Distortion, along with Donald the Adventurer. So I think we're just going to step back. Donald's going to die quite quickly to our Hellfire Mortars. Nice. The whole stepping back plan consisted of exactly 2 steps, I think that was. Game gets very easy when Hellfire Mortar is online. He just had a base kite shield as well, which is a bit unfortunate. You can usually count on Donald to have at least a kite shield. Oftentimes he has reflection. There's that distortion battle axe. Just pulling the whole vault here one at a time, it seems like. There's one of digging I was looking for earlier. I don't think we're doing tower shield, right? Probably not. I'm not even into kite shield yet, though I'm pretty close. I'm never putting this back on, so I will take that kite shield just in case. I'm basically never taking off my mana regen amulet at this point, unless I get like vitality or something. Ooh, here's blinks around, and it's dead. What is this map? Oh, it's the double spiral map. Spiral up here, spiral up here. One of them has the ruin. The other one usually has some decent loot, so. Still looking for a good shield. Just tons of experience down here. Wow. 8 corrosion from the miscasts. Not that big of a deal, though. Let's be honest, there are much worse miscasts than this spell. What do we have here? Nothing of use. Robe of Resistance. +2 Robe of Resistance. Torment's never getting used. Let's just see. What does that mean for us? Lose 1 AC, basically. EV increases equivalently. Spell failure improves a bit. That's a meaningful amount. You know, the fact that I don't lose any resistance here, and don't I have corrosion resist somewhere? No, not anymore. I had it on something. Just having triple elemental resist is very good, obviously. Is it better than having 1 pip of corrosion resistance? Corrosion resistance is that resistance you don't care about until you do, right? Okay, this guy needs to die ASAP. Another one? Come on, don't miscast. What do we need here? Vile Floods? Yeah, Vile Flood's pretty good. Blind? No. He's already in Steam. What's his poison situation? Not immune. So Mephitic Cloud? Yeah, he gets you some of that. Oh, he didn't die. Okay. Wand of Light, because my life is too low right now. God, he's still not dead. There, got him. What a pain that was. See, there's where having the Robe of Resistance on would have mattered. Okay, that's spellcasting to 15. Hellfire Mortar's at 8% right now. But what am I feeling like we need? Shields, I guess, right? Because we want to get a better shield on, like ASAP. Let's go to 11-ish. It's a book. Not one we want either, unfortunately. There's the Guardian Serpent. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. But Ignition is well and truly online now, 4%. So we have an answer to Guardian Serpent. Roka, you say? Well, what do I have for silencing now? Not that. Ooh, could Phantom Mirror, actually. Phantom Mirror is good here against Roka. I like that as a target. Why does it not work sometimes when I do that? There we go. Triple poison. Because Roka has a +3 Halberd of Venom and no Venom resistance, so that's pretty good. Nice, easy. Oof, wrong buttons. Trying to get over that trap. Couldn't get it done. Try this time. Level 19 means we're not getting to Zot before level 20, that's for sure. It was never in the plans, though, to be fair. Marked. Okay. Should be fine at this point. I've about cleared the floor. There's our ruin. Mine burst. And now this one. Actually, if I block line of sight with Hellfire Mortar, that seems good, right? Pretty sure she can't like pull me through the Hellfire Mortar. Probably. That's a 7 range, so line of sight based. These are all line of sight. She can shoot a bolt of magma through, but I'm triple resist. So yeah, we'll just stand about right here and never miscast Hellfire Mortar. So should be easy, right? Yep, sure enough. She's going to have granite. And it's nothing special either. Certainly don't want to move slower. Actually, this won't slow me down further, will it? So is this just a replacement slowing effect? As in, it doesn't make me any slower? Got a lot of training to do if I want to use it. I don't know, actually, how that interacts with Naga. Melds a bunch of my stuff, though, so I'd lose some resistances. I don't know. Might put some thought into that later. That's a lot of poison damage I just took. Considering I'm a snake. Okay. So let's see. What's next? Still training up shields. What does it look like if I put the shield on? 16 and 11. How much shield am I actually getting? Right now it's about 3, but I would probably dump my scrolls into this as well. So that it'd be a lot more shielding. I think I'm going to do it. We're pretty close. I mean, that's definitely castable. I think it takes 4, right? No, 5? Yep, 5. Oh, and I only +1 to my gloves, so I can do a +2 there. And now I'm at 22, 5, 16 defenses, which is pretty good. Much better than before. Do we just go straight into Swamp? Probably. Swamp is very easy for us at this point, I expect. I don't have corrosion resist, ironically. So let me bail real quick. I'm going to put that corrosion armor back on, just for the frogs. We'll swap back later. Don't need triple elemental resists here. Oh, that made my Hellfire Mortar go to 24. That's interesting. How bad do I really need corrosion resist? Not that bad. Let's just get more spell casting, I guess. Like 15? Whoa, it just instantly went to 15? Was it already at 15? Wait. What does this say? I went to 11. Yeah, it must have already been at 15. I just misread it. What? Yeah, I got 9 spell levels here, so I could get Permafrost online. Or Plasma Beam. Plasma Beam might be just better right now. Okay, so I'm going to go fighting to 11, get a little more HP. And I am going to swap back into my robes. Takes Hellfire back to 16. I think that's a meaningful difference. 22 to 16. Oh, this is a little awkward because that guy's going to summon Forest on me. Unless he dies instantly. Hello. Guess he wanted me to come over right now and kill him. He says, don't wait. Don't kill me later. I like this build for this Naga character as well because at this point already, pretty much, I don't have to move once the fight has started. I just set up shop and stand in place, which negates my movement speed problem that I have. There's Nessos, but also that Druid. Where I'm standing right now, the Druid can't reach me. So we'll focus on Nessos, obviously, who is weak to poison. Not weak, but not immune either. So we'll hit him with Cloud. Not yet. How about some poison? Then Cloud. Goliath Frog behind is poisoned. Nessos is not confused. Try again. And then blow him up. Again. Nice. Frog dead. Nessos in fire. Seems fine to just pass the turn. Yeah. Okay. I shouldn't be training fighting, actually, with Hellfire Mortar where it's at. So 17 on spellcasting, I guess, is the thing. I got one more level out of fighting. Nice axe. C in int. I'm getting my electrical resist from here, though, is the main thing. And I've got C in on barding. So don't think I want that. There's another blink scroll. Takes it up to 2. Slowly recovering from my misplays earlier that resulted in using blinks. Okay, focus the frog. Dude, triple miscast. Yeah, just bail. Did Frog die when I went out? I don't think so. This looks like Ignition on Eye. That's easy to remember, right? Into Hellfire Mortar. Try again. What's this guy got? Is that Distortion? No, Curare. Not afraid of Curare. I'm a little worried about being out of mana. So the next move is probably upstairs. And we'll try the third downstairs. Right next to a frog. But when you don't miscast, game's easy. Bunny Yip. That's a scary character. Luckily, our physical defenses are good. Certainly good for this area. All right, you. Go away. Yeah, I mean, Goliath Frog would be scarier if I had lower defenses, I guess. But since they are what they are, the only corrosion I have to worry about, I think, is liches. Whoops. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see, what can I throw on the ground? Probably the buckler I don't need. There's an acquirement scroll. What do we get? Air magic. Regen int arc corrosion. Wrong regen, sorry. Air magic manual. I come back around. Do I want plasma beam? Maybe. Not really though. Like honestly, with Hellfire Mortar. And so then it's just a question of, am I ever going to find MCC and then do I use it? Or do I just take 900 gold with Gozag? Seems pretty strong. I hope I don't regret that. I don't think I will. All right, swamp 3. Good thing we have mana regen because I'm miscasting quite a lot. Let's see if I can cut these guys off a little bit. At least make their pathing less efficient. Okay, how bad is this hurting my spells? 10% isn't much. Really. With spellcasting now at 16, shields at 11, I've got robes on. Just trying to get this more castable. I think spellcasting over shields makes sense. I know it's more expensive, considerably more expensive actually. But it just seems all around better to have more mana and more spell levels than it does to have a little more shield. Let me know in the comments if you think that I should be training shield over spellcasting to get these spells more online. But I'm doing it primarily because the spell levels and mana, I think. I don't actually know if it's more or less efficient to do spellcasting versus shields when I'm sitting at 11 shields and having a kite shield on. I'm sure there's an easy way to know how to optimize that. I think it's probably close enough that it doesn't really matter. Right now, though, we're at 14% failure rate. And when spellcasting gets to 17, we'll see what it looks like. Maybe we'll do the experiment. See how you like fire. Just ignite his own poison. Swamp 4. There's the vault, I assume. I just went down to 13% here. Did I level? Why? What happened? Maybe it takes into account partial levels. Another thing I don't know. Okay, seeing hydras, which means that learning is possible here. Yeah, seeing lots of hydras. So I think learning is expected now. Probably. Is there any vault that has this many hydras and does not have learning? Not to my knowledge. I'm going to find out. We're going to learn right now. There's spellcasting to 17. Hellfire Mortar dropped to 12. Let's go shields, and we'll take shields to 12. See what happens. There's learning. 18 by 27 is traveling faster than me in water. So what do I travel normal speed in water and learning travels fast? Let's assume that's the case. I have blink scrolls if I need them. I think walking is not the play. Our poison. Oh, do I have mirror? Get him, Lerny. That's what we like to do. Wow. One shot, man. Let's look at this. Yeah, so I reflect Lerny. You bind the heart of a blast furnace and slag iron. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, but the very turn after I summon Lerny, my Lerny attacks first, which does usually seem to happen. Possibly always, not sure. And just, Lerny has no armor. And so, rip Lerny. Fantastic. Um, oh, Lerny timed out already. Doesn't last very long. Extremely useful, though. No complaints. Okay, better just pull back here a second. Get our mana back. Okay, partial levels from shield, not applying any effect here. Not noticeable anyway. Level 20, clever. Took me down to 11% fail rate. There's the rune. Now just clean up a little bit. Hello, friend. I want to say this dude is not immune to poison, right? He is. Resistant, at least. Probably just wait for Hellfire Mortar to do something. Oh, when he lines up with a summon like that, you might as well ignite. So we'll do that. Of course, he never has any loot to speak of. Okay, shields to 12. And at least right now, I have no effect of shields going to 12 on Hellfire Mortar. So the cheapest thing by far to do is Forgecraft and Earth Magic to get that more online. I don't know if it's really worth it right now. What else could we do? A bit more dodging. Evocations would be extremely cheap and possibly valuable. We have a number of pretty good evocations actually. Let's go like 12. That should be, yeah, it only costs 4. That's going to go really fast. Yeah, so I think I answered my question from earlier that shields is not as effective as spellcasting with the values I started with when I asked the question. Uh-huh. Now this is scary. Oh, it's only 12%. I thought I had less willpower than that. I have 2 pips. Naga gets good willpower per level up, I think. Apparently it's sufficient. Still not looking to be banished at 12%. So we'll do that. And then, how about poison? Yes, I can poison. And she dies. Didn't even have to explode. And there's Condenser Vein, further cementing my desire to go evocables. Now what do we get rid of? What's Tower Shield do to us? It's bad. Whenever I dropped all my enchantments into my Kite Shield, so not doing that now. Okay, there we are, Swamp. Now, actually, we have everything online to do slime quite easily as well. It's too bad I wasn't thinking about Zot before level 20 earlier, because this character could have done it pretty easily. I don't know if I want any other spells right now. I really want more summons. Obviously, that's what I usually do. But I don't want Cactus Giant. I haven't even trained summoning, actually. Or Necromancy. Maybe I'm just a Forge Crafter this game. All right, we have 3 scrolls of amnesia. Just looking at spells here again. Thinking I'm going to take Plasma Beam now at 4%. Given that we have 3 Scrolls of Amnesia. So I think that will work out fine. I guess we'll go to Vaults. We're not going to get less than 40,000 turns this game. I'll go for that on a different character, I think. Might be interested in doing Ziggurat as the bonus for this character. We'll see. Okay, so I've got Plasma Beam on J. So that'll give me something else to do against extra scary targets while Hellfire Mortar is online. And it's in my wheelhouse of fire magic related stuff. Where like that, I didn't want to get marked, so we just blow them up. I like finding all these Wand of Lights. Just seem to keep picking them up. Very useful all game long. Whoop. Just got to watch the mana with Plasma Beam being a 6. Even with our mana regen amulet, it's quite an expensive spell. Really? Oof. Just keep miscasting over and over and over. All right, that's evocations to 12, just that quick, pretty easy. Let's get fighting on up to 12 or so. I think on this character, I want to lean more towards high health. Obviously, we have the bonus health, 20%, I think it is. But given that we're slow, having a bit more health seems useful. And then I think we're going spellcasting because I can't really tolerate this much miscasting. Even with mana regen, it's just like we're getting too late in the game to be miscasting too much. Right. There we go. What was that? What does this guy have? Wand of Roots is what that was. All right. Ignition is still online. Can't forget about Ignition. It is quite good, obviously. I have lots of really good spells, most of them fire related. Makes me think perhaps the plasma beam was a mistake after all. There's fighting to 12. Let's go spellcasting. To 19, probably at least. All right, down we go. Pretty easy so far. Vaults. Hope we don't get paralyzed. Just use ignition. Do it again. Let Hellfire Martyr do the rest. Interesting. Do we think we can kill this with ignition before I die? Yeah, easily. I certainly think this character could do ziggurats. We've got all the tools. Gozag, ignition. Certainly for one ziggurat. We've got a few silver javelins. I could get my throwing up a bit to throw those silver javelins. That'd be a good idea. Not having Death Talisman obviously would be the biggest problem. I guess if I went 15 runes on this character, we could get Death Talisman online and then just do that bonus as well. I wasn't really wanting to do 15 runes with this character given the slow movement speed. I mean, that's going to be problematic all game long. I really, really dislike not being able to run away. Oh, that's distortion. All right. Well, let's block your path then. Again. Yeah, just let them group up and then ignition. That was a bit more intelligence. So now our Hellfire Mortar's down at 9. We also hit level 18 spellcasting, which is good. All right, Frederick. Draining, fire resistance, conjuring orb, which is relevant because he does conjuring. Yeah, plasma beam, servitor, bombard. And he is in a tiny little room. You have anything against poison? Not at all. That was the wrong button. I wanted to Mephetic Cloud, but that'll work. I didn't confuse him. Will you get confused, please? There we go. That was probably unnecessary to fight it like that. But it worked. What do we get? Splinter Frost Shell is what we get. I think that's the main thing. That should be very castable. It's not. Not enough ice magic, apparently. Could use that, though. Could definitely go ice for Splinter Frost, Permafrost. Maybe get out of Plasma Beam. But let's see, what do I have? If I'm thinking ziggurats, do I have anything else that works well for that? Not really. I mean, you just don't need anything else than what I've got. I guess it'd be, maybe it's a crystal sphere, actually, for ziggurats. Because I have my ignition set up. Hellfire Mortar can kill anything. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Keep thinking about that. Hmm. Okay. Not an issue. Thought it could have been. Ring of Dexterity. Don't need that. Bunch of cold resist stuff I don't need. Spellcasting at 19. Let's just go more fighting. 15-ish. Yeah, Hellfire Mortar at 8's fine. At this point. All right. Level 3. What's the power on ignition out of curiosity? 49. That's acceptable, certainly. Let's try to not get marked here optimally. This is an interesting room. What do we have here? Dire elephants. Ooh, and a dude that can paralyze me. Lots of dire elephants. They just keep coming. There going to be some good loot in here, maybe? It's the elephant graveyard with a single one of digging. Wow. Great loot. Thanks. That's a little awkward. Can I confuse him out of it? Yes. Nice. He's still confused. Uh, get that going just in case I get paralyzed. That guy just didn't want to die, did he? He is resistant to fire, to be fair. At least the experience in this area is good because the loot has been awful. Almost up to 10,000 gold. Gotta think about using some of that probably. Because I'm not going to bribe any branches at this point until Zot. Zot 5 even. Something like LRD would be nice for these guys. Don't have that. Um, I guess it's just more Hellfire Mortar, huh? If it's not broken, don't fix it. That's fighting to 15, and we're at 201 max health. That's where I wanted to be. Let's get dodging up a bit. It's cheap. Go like 7. I know I've got -2 on that. But with an EV at 5, that's the thing that's standing out to me that needs or could be easily improved. Here's a kite shield. Looks enchanted. It's only a +2 though. No dice, no cool kite shields. No neat unran darts and things like that that we might want to see. Got me with the fragile. That's awkward. There's a bookshop. Absolutely interested in that. Especially with all this cash. Oh, there's Maxwell's. I do like MCC when I can get a hold of it. Nothing else striking my fancy. I mean, with 10,000 gold, I'm just going to buy this. And then the question is, do we get it online right now? Dodging just hit 5. I got 2 AV out of that. 2 EV rather. Seems fine. Air. Air magic's sitting at 2. Let's take it to 15. Level 22. Another spell store. Oh no, I just hadn't auto-explored to it. I was like, these are all the same books. Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, there's the mark. Surprised it took that long. Upstairs right here, though. We'll just get rid of it and go back down. Maybe the enemies have come to my position to be killed. Not really. One guy. Wow. Air magic to 5. Here's all the enemies. Where were they a minute ago? This guy's got something interesting. Arbalist of the Hills. Yeah, it would be nice if we were ranged. There's another one. I'm never carrying an Arbalist on this character, obviously. Means we can't use a shield. So it's a no-brainer that we don't want that. Hasted Dire Elephants. Hello. Let's group these up. So many Dire Elephants in this vaults. More than I ever see, really. Yep, okay, that was Vaults 4. Easy peasy. Not doing Vaults 5, obviously. Heading over to the Slime Pits. Nice downstair right beside us. What else we got? I wish I had more summons. Is kind of where I'm at with it. I said that earlier. I don't like my options. I want something that summons multiple allies rather. Obviously, those are expensive spells, but MCC is at 96. I think it makes sense to be doing that, right? Most people would say no, but I like MCC enough, and I could walk through Zot right now with the spells I have. Defenses are fine, resistances are great. Like I don't need anything, so I found MCC, so I'm jamming it. If I then find summon horrible things, am I doing that too? Well, maybe. Certainly think that we have the. Do we have the experience at this point? I don't think we do actually. Not in a normal 3 rune game. I've already done vaults. Depths is next after we get this ruin, so we have enough to get MCC online probably is where it's at. And yeah, I like MCC enough to get it online at this point. Maybe the real question is it better than LCS, for example? Well, LCS is considerably harder to get online, but I already have some Earth. Splinter Frost is quite easy to get online, on the other hand. And you could do something like Splinter Frost and Permafrost Eruption, and then you have Fire and Ice. Damage. We could do Bombard as well. So you can do Bombard instead of LCS. That's practically online now. I could see learning Bombard and forgetting Stone Arrow. I don't even know why I'm still using that at all. Here and there I do. Amnesia, Stone Arrow. We can Amnesia Golem as well. No, do we do just a bit of Conjurations? Go conjurations to 7. That'll be quick. Keep training air magic as well. All right. Eyeball of mutation plus the rock slime. Let's take care of him first. Oof. Want a light for this, I think. Ignition didn't immediately kill it. There we go. Now that stairway is compromised because it has a guy that can silence me if I go down the stairs. Is there another easy one nearby? No? Really? What is this map? This whole area is cut off from the rest of the zone, potentially? Yeah, appears to be. Huh. Well, all right. Yep, engulfed. Go back up. Not engulfed. Cast Hellfire Mortar. Do the thing. Easy. Oops. Oh, I'm confused. I was like, why can't I cast my spells? What in the world confused me? Oh, Golden Eye. Died before I noticed it, but made me confused. No, I got confused back here. Yeah, so I just didn't see it. It was down there. Okay, another good stairwell. What else we got? Corroded from across the map. That's annoying. Get that guy dead. It's 4. And Pit's 5. How many revelations we got? 7. 7 is a fine number. Okay, pretty basic map. One of the old ones. I am very corroded. Oh, and there he is. Well, I'm very corroded. Talk about awkward. Well, this cuts off his approach that direction pretty well. You can still get through here, of course. How many manas do we have? None? Oh, yeah, 4. There's a bit of an oversight. It's got mutated. A little easier to cast, a little less powerful. That's acceptable. Got him. Cleared it. And we're gone. Yeah, so what's our cast rate now? 6% from 10 on Bombard. These are fine. I lost, say, 8% power on Ignition. This is fine. I don't need to worry about removing that at this point. Can I reach him? No. There we go, just block line of sight. Okay, here comes the summoned crew. Oof, miscast. One more time. Let's get him. Nice. Okay. We're going to get something good here. I can feel it. There's Malign Gateway. Yeah, I don't have any training in those skills at all. For the first time in a long time. Most games I have some summoning, at the very least. Nothing of interest there. Regular old staffs. There's Summon Horrible Things, as predicted. I mean, I could still do Elf, of course, or Crypt. I don't have either of those done. I've got MCC at 58. Like, this is coming online. Willpower. F, Strength, C, Invis. Don't need. Nope. Dragon Call. Boy, the whole Summoner spell set here. Get rid of Boomerangs. Don't need that. Yeah, got +3 Lightning Rod from this. Confused. I think half of it is that I don't even pay attention to Golden Eyes because I'm so used to playing Ashen Zarya and not being able to be confused with the clarity buff that I don't even think about them. I see them and they're just, they might as well be a wall. They can't do damage to you, can't affect you in any way if you have Ashen Zarya. uh, we've got depths and we could do elf. So I could do depths first. And then we'll see if we need more to get the spells we want online. I mean, really though, why? Why? I don't know, honestly. For fun, extra safety, it's totally just win more at this point. So is MCC for that matter. I mean, hell, especially with 11,500 gold right now with Gozag. Going into Zod, I'm going to have like 4 bribes worth of gold probably. I mean, what could phase me at that point? Nope. Got a little vault here. What's my willpower at anyway? Still 2 pips. What is this vault? Nothing special. Okay. There's our Lich friend that I was expecting earlier. I'd like to get him killed before I pull out of this area. If I bombard here, I'm going to get knocked back, aren't I? Predictable. So predictable. Okay, we're bailing out. Another Lich coming. What spells did I pick up there? Frozen Ramparts. Yeah, very, very relevant spell right now. Got some demons coming from the north. Tengu from the south. And a Lich. He slows me. He's hasted. Uh, yeah. Orb of Destruction really is the fear here. I'm just gonna bail. I'm not in a good spot. Let's go back to this one. That was the same Lich I saw earlier, I believe. Down here. Ooh, Miasma dude over here. There's the Lich. Try not to miscast. Yeah, just weapons. Nothing of interest there. Juggernaut. Okay. What's MCC looking like anyway? 28%. Okay, game plan. This is kind of bad positioning, to be honest. Something like this, though. So I can get in the water. Yep, and he was foolish enough to go on that side and get trapped. Easy. Gotta be careful in here, though. There's likely to be more juggernauts if there's one. This is not a nice area of the map for Hellfire Mortar. Oh, hello. Still haven't found the Sphinx Sisters. There's another Ring of Wizardry. Okay. Question that's easily testable here. Is double wizardry better than int? What are we dropping to find out? Granite Talisman. Wizardry over intelligence. Hellfire Mortar goes from 6% failure to 7. Answering that question, I think. What's MCC at? Might as well just learn this now. Where'd it go? There it is. 24. Put intelligence back on. Ring of Wizardry or the Wing of Wizardry. Usually it doesn't ask you when you have two copies of the same ring. It's the same. So Hellfire Mortar adjusts by 1%, but the int gives me spell power. So as little as that matters, I'm still going to take the spell power. up to 3 scrolls of blinking. Feeling super safe. I say ironically because we should have way more than that. All right, on to 3. Buckler of Reflection. It's a little awkward. Yeah, let's reset. That was not a good engage for me. Gonna reset that one too. Third time's a charm. Drops? Yeah, nice. I recognize that gateway from anywhere. Umbra could be good. Probably not going to use it. There's Yara's. Great Wizards Volume 2. Could have swore I picked that up earlier. It must be Volume 1 I picked up. Yara's is online. Low power, but who cares about power? It's about the effect. So I'm buying that, obviously. And then Paragon's there. Paragon actually, it's at 100%, but it's Forgecraft, pure Forgecraft. What's my Forgecraft at? It's only at 9. Yeah, that's going to be a no from me. Yeah, Yara's online. We'll find 1,000,001 uses for that. And nothing here. Maxwell's at 21. I'm going to have to take Air Magic up a little higher, unfortunately. Go to 16-ish. Ooh, there's an angel in there of some kind. Hopefully not the Menos kind. Ooh, quite a welcoming party here. Now what we can do is use Yara's to dispel the Encased in Ice debuff from our little cannonades here. And that is an effective way to spam Yara's. Further confirming that I should have never learned Plasma Beam. Let's see, I can Yara's that. All right, let's encase him in ice. Slow him right down. F is Yara's. F for find out after they've messed around. Oof. Spark wasps. Not a fan. There are so many enemies here. Not enough mana to go around. Maxwell's at 11. Almost to 16, so that's going to be looking real good. And now I'm going to be cheeky and get summonings up to a bunch. Like, did I just tell it to do one? No, I told it to do nothing. Take it up to 15 at least. Probably going to need 16, given the way MCC went. Ooh, hello. He chunked me. Okay, we'll pull back, regen. Man, all the enemies are in this vault up here. What's down in this vault here? Nothing? Just that angel? Surely there can't be more enemies than this. What's his chance to banish? 6%. Very reasonable, sir. Man, what a fight scene here. Kind of want to save that for last so I don't get flanked by what else could be on this floor. Uh-huh, okay. So is this like a pandemonium floor? I mean, a pandemonium vault, rather? Where's the angel? Okay, there's our Zig. If we want it. Come get me, angel. Why won't you come out of there? Oh, you're no angel. You're wearing unique items with an arm of light and a super cool amulet. RLAC, triple F, double C, regen MP. Well, holy cow. That means that I can get rid of my weapon, which has RLAC on it, and adjust what I got going on here. That's just fantastic. Okay, so drop the wizardry ring to pick up that amulet. Yeah, for -3 dex. Don't mind if I do. Okay, so this rapier is now redundant. Is this robe now redundant as well? Especially considering that that gives us a bit more armor and corrosion resist. Yes, that robe was redundant. Let's switch into the Staff of Fire to empower our fire spells. Still looking good. You could argue that Scarf of Resistance is now redundant as well, probably. Is it? I don't know. I didn't count. We've got 3C from here, so it's redundant for the C. Oh, yeah, and triple fire. So it is. This scarf is meaningless. Cloak. We've got 3 basic cloaks that we can enchant twice, which is worth, what, 4 armor total? What a pickup. Drop resists. Double check. Yep, I can count. And we've got the enchant armors to do it. Oh, I could enchant my acid dragon scales, but I could see replacing this still. Anyway, enchanting auxiliary pieces on the Naga is more efficient armor-wise. So 27 armor. Really solid. Actually stoked about that pickup. Now I did put on heavier armor, so all my spells got a little bit worse. In fact, Maxwell's is kind of offline now. I think the cheapest thing here is to train up just a touch of armor. Right? 7.1 is certainly cheaper than any more air magic or spellcasting. So let's see if the armor skill can help out all of my spells here. All right, this was probably a loot vault. I didn't even care. Just killing the enemies was enough for me, thanks. Cancellation, haste, box of beasts, nice. Surprising crocodile, actually. And so, manual of summoning. How good is that? How good is that? Uh, caps lock was on. Amnesia. I know I've got more amnesias and chops as well. So we're going to unlearn this stupid plasma beam that I picked up. And I'm going to learn Croc because, yes, Croc is good all game long. And then we're waiting on Summon Horrible Things is a red 100. I bet we can do it. Ooh, a fancy gun over there. Let's see. Feel clever? That'll help. What did that also say? There's more to that. Skin feels tougher. Up to plus 8 AC. I'm at 28 AC. Yeah, really nice handgun there. Willpower and int, is that actually better than my staff in terms of like what we actually care about? It gives me that third pip of willpower, fourth pip of willpower. We still have triple fire resist. And the int helps my spells probably more than the empowerment does because castability is all that matters. Beautiful. Let's just take this to 7 armor. Then we got a hand cannon, which we're never going to fire, I expect. I'm all about the stat sticks. This was like the god floor for loot on this character, at least the way I play it. Yeah, I fired my gun on accident. Yeah, and we're not even in the main vault yet, you know? All that stuff was from side vaults. There's armor to 7. Okay, summoning costs me 3.5 right now per level. So we're gonna take it all the way up to 18 now. Let's go. Cloak of Stealth. Hello. I don't have any more armor scrolls though. I got 2, which is exactly enough. Yeah, I'll take that with me. Throw a robe of resistance on the ground. Don't do that very often, do you? Kill the stragglers in here. There's more than I expected, to be honest, given how many flooded out of here at me. Bunch of nonsense that I don't need. That's all right. We got our loot. I need nothing else this game. Little XP would be fine. I'd be a happy man. Can't reach some items. Somewhere down here. Oh, pff. Have you tried? There. More Tengu. Two of them. Where were you when your friends were dying? Summoning's at 9. Going quickly. Seems like everybody's in the middle vault on this map. In we go. Oh, it's the this little curved one, boomerang shaped vault or entryway to Zot. Keep an eye on our health there with the Hellfire guy. This is just one giant vault, so this is pulling all of the Zot defenders at once, basically. I once got ported into this room against my will by a wormhole, and it cost me 3 blink scrolls to get back out. Not a fun time. That was on the big streak, I think, as well, somewhere in the 50s. I remember because it was one of my first experiences with wormholes, and I did not know that you could cancel their teleport debuff by reading a teleport scroll, which is absolutely critical tech for fighting them. Is that the 4th acquirement? I think it is. No thanks, I'll just take the gold. Gold is good, I want more gold. Etten. I see. Gotta remember I've got Croc. Probably about to use it here. Let's just check while I'm slowing down a second. Horrible things at 32% now. Fantastic. Who says you can't just cast all the best spells? Okay, that's it. Now let's see. I'm level 24, halfway through the level. I'm kind of in a position where I don't actually want to do elf. I don't want to do elf more than I don't want, no more than I do want horrible things online. It'd be pretty quick to get on, to be honest. Let's go pick up these amnesias. I didn't need to do my shopping anyway before I go to Zot. Grab all those things there. Yeah, I'll just use these amnesias. So we're going to go Toxic Radiance. Can go. And Ignite Poison. I mean, you can use this in Zot, but I don't need to, given what we've got. It's a little absurd that I seem to always find all these spells that I like. I did pick up that stealth. Ooh, Wand of Light. Hello. Yeah, 4 charges. Thanks. Right. Sublimation isn't bad, but I've still got mana pots. Where was that other enchant scroll? Vaults 1. And then we will switch into the Cloak of Stealth because it's just a strict upgrade. All right, we'll dip our head into Elf real quick. What a dip. Got to be careful. We've got a paralyzer up here. But who cares, said Gozag with the stun effect. My stun is better than yours. Yara's is good here too. There's a magic mapping. I don't think I need more of those, to be honest, but there you go. Got it anyway. Oh, look at all the elves. They burn nicely. Now this guy I don't care for. I do have good resistances. And Hellfire does fine against it, I guess. I just don't like them. If you don't have something that deals with it, they can be quite a pain. Oh wow, I've used up my what's it called? The book that makes this easier already. At level 14, I guess that makes sense, doesn't it? We're at 21 on Horrible Things. Imminently castable. Acquirement scroll? I have 15,000 gold and I considered it for just a second, actually not buying it. Another blinking there as well. Annihilations. Firestorm's at 99%. I mean, that's doable. No, I'm not doing it. I'll just take my gold back. I'm not that crazy. We've already gone off the walls here on our skilling as it is. That would be a bridge too far, I think. What, something like that? What is this? Is this a vault? Supposed to be a vault? All right, I don't have flying. I'll get it later. Fear scroll. Oops, can't cast through those walls. Nice. Gozag bailing me out there with the stun effect. In the sense that those were closing in on me. And you can't cast when they're right next to you. Gozag gave me the space to cast. That is slightly annoying. Can you stop that, please? For the love of flying. How much worse is this ring for me if I take off intelligence? Horrible Things is at 21. Put it back on. Horrible Things is at 21. It's irrelevant? The extra intelligence? Really? Hellfire Mortar at 9. MCC at 14. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's meaningful. 13% for, yeah, okay. I don't know what I did there. I must not have switched it. As nice as it would be to have online, it's not nicer than Summon Horrible Things, which is practically online now. Yet another requirement school. Book of Iron. Yeah, a little late for our LRD. Pretty cool shield. If I would have gotten it earlier in the game, I'm not going to do it now. Okay. This is probably enough online. I love this skill set. Sorry. 3 level 8s, all in different schools. And the best spell in the game. With a movement spell, Yara's. Just the utility is huge here. I'm going to take a little break and consider doing 15 runes versus Ziggurat or just finishing. I've never won a Naga before. I've never won an Alchemist before. But there are bonus points for doing both of those things. So, yeah, I'll consider it and come back to this. So ultimately, I did decide to go and do extended later on. So I picked up the Death Talisman. We'll turn on shapeshifting and start leveling that up. Talisman of Death requires level 26 minimum. Now, somehow I lost the live commentary on this little section, about 50 minutes long. So that's unfortunate because it contains both Vaults 5 and Zot as well. So I'll commentate a little bit of it for you here, but if you want to go back to live commentary, you can skip until after Zot 5. I'm just deciding now what else I want to get online. Thinking about Splinterfrost Shell, movement abilities like Passage. We've got a lot of good options. As you can see right now, I have lots of friends that I can summon. 2 different kinds of mortars. And then Ignition, which doesn't damage any of my friends, only enemies. So we're just going to finish off the summoning levels at 16, and then we'll go into shapeshifting. I'm going to keep shapeshifting on at the same time, just because we're not in a hurry for either one of those things to happen. Really, the only thing we want Death Talisman on for is some parts of Hell, but not all. Maybe Pandemonium, but it's not really necessary. And then definitely the Ziggurat, which I'm also going to do. If you're going 15 runes, you might as well pick up the Zig as well. So we're heading back into Elven Halls. Since I've decided to go ahead and do that, I'm going to get extra experience and pick up more runes before going into Zot. Hellfire Mortar is going to make really quick work of elves. And if that doesn't, Ignition certainly will. So we have good resistances too, which is why I like doing Elf at this point rather than, say, Crypt, which is kind of the alternative option for levels. We'll pick that up later all the same. But I mean, you look at this, and you can use the tech where you block off the entryway with Hellfire Mortar really well in Elf, because nothing flies except for the animated weapons and those elemented vortices, whatever they're called. But Hellfire Mortar pushes them back and does incredible damage to them. Look at all those elves. They die pretty quickly to our fire damage. Overwhelming fire damage on this build. Who would have thought we started off as an alchemist? I remember back when these Hoarfrost cannons were actually an alchemy. I think it was alchemy and ice skill, dual skill, before Forgecraft was around. Not that long ago, of course, but they would have fit right into our starting school back then. Random croc here in Elf. I don't know what that's doing. Kind of in the wrong place, seems like to me. I stumbled on a shop there with Auto Explore. We'll pick up that blinking for sure. We have almost 17,000 gold. So up to 5 scrolls of blinking, which is nice after we lost a few in the last section over in Snake. Just want to build up a stock of those in case we actually need them. Sometimes you need more than one, depending on how bad the situation is. There's Hall Blades. I'm going to skip it. I always do. You know, if you're a melee dude and you want some melee weapons, it's a great place to go, obviously. But I almost never am in general, so I skip it. There can also be some really nasty stuff in there that I don't like fighting. It would be easy with Hellfire Mortar this time around, but that's all right. So we actually came down into the vault, more or less. We're just on the outside of it here, so little awkward positioning, but you know, with Summon Horrible Things, we can kind of block enemies off and then just shoot Hellfire Mortar across the top there. Checking banishment percent, it says 0. We have great willpower on this character. Look at those resists too. Amazing. Yep, the plus will on our hand cannon puts us at 4 pips of willpower. So these banishers have no chance against us. Nowhere good for Hellfire placement that turn. Looks like a pretty good spot for Ignition, though. Yeah, Yara's always works, though, too. Especially when you got melee dudes swarming in at them. If you can get the mutated debuff, or malmutation, whatever they call it on the enemies. Really good for your melee dudes to hit them. We'll just try a different downstairs now. We did quite a lot of work on that entryway. I love that this character, even without Ash, has multiple of my top 10 spells that I listed. You know, multiple schools, doesn't matter. Just put them all online. We're still basically in a 3-rune game here, so, you know, it's kind of incredible. When you don't aim for the level 9 spells, I think that's kind of what it is. When you don't aim for the level 9 spells, and you can get those level 8s and level 7s from multiple different schools that mesh really well together, like Ignition plus Summons or Forgecraft, the synergy is really high, and so your power level just goes through the roof. And I would take, you know, Hellfire Mortar and Summon Horrible Things plus Ignition over any level 9 spell every day of the week. And it doesn't even matter if I start with 0 in each of those skills. You know, I like that combo better than like Shatter, Polar Vortex, you name it. It's just like more versatile, more instances of damage, and although it's multiple spells, it's pretty much more efficient as well. You know, it is hard to beat Polar Vortex in terms of efficiency, but you think about something like Shatter, you got to cast it 2 or 3 times sometimes to clear a screen. And you can do the same screen clear with Hellfire Mortar plus Summon Horrible Things, you know. Never mind a couple Ignitions does the same thing as Shatter, depending on the density. So yeah, I mean, if you're considering, do I go for that level 9 spell or do I get a collection of lower level spells? Oftentimes the answer is get the collection of lower spells that synergize well together, even if they're in different schools. There's Gels, another one of my top 10 spells. 82% when I have 0 in its school, 0 skills in its school. It would come on really quickly when and if I want to get it on. Here's another spellbook shop. Let's see what we got. Firestorm at 99% already, which means that's feasible. But again, it's dual school. Do you really want to sink the experience into it? I don't know. Fusillade. I feel like Fusillade's almost the higher mana efficiency version of Firestorm. Yeah, it's not quite as much damage, but the efficiency on it is pretty hard to beat. It's like the Polar Vortex of multi-damage types, right? Just kind of clearing out the rest of Elf 3 before we go all the way into the final chamber there. Make sure that we don't get ganked once we're inside. You wouldn't want that to happen. Shapeshifting all the way up to 6.5 already. Going pretty quickly. I just had the thought of looking for Chain Lightning since I'm already in air. Chain Lightning would be a better level 9 than any of the other options, given how much experience we've sunk into air already to get MCC online. But I haven't found it. The only place I found it, turns out, was in a Scroll of Acquirement. The Book of Annihilations came up, and I chose not to get it. I don't remember what I took instead. But I think it's a fine decision regardless of what it was. I mean, even just taking gold on Gozag is fine. You don't need level 9 spells, as I was saying. little bit of an awkward hallway for me to get into, given my skill set here. So we'll go around to the open chamber and start using Hellfire Mortar. We'll see if we find any good loot in here. Mainly just looking for experience, I think. And keeping an eye out sort of for chain lightning, just vaguely. I don't know if I did find it, if I'd even use it, but I like to keep my options open and keep thinking about my options as I progress through. See if anything comes up. A couple more guys in here than I was expecting after the whole flood of enemies that came out to meet me. But nothing Hellfire Mortar and summon horrible things can't take care of. It's also kind of weird that the elves are streaming out like one by one at this point, rather than all coming to see the noise together. Some stragglers still just hanging out down here. It is a big end zone. Lots of little nooks and crannies to hide out in. All right, loot. Let's see. Nothing in that book. Nope. Spellbinder. Interesting whip. Very much not for us. That's a good ring. Book of Stealth. Manual of Stealth, rather. Another box of beasts. Definitely taking that. Helm of Intelligence. That's an upgrade. Just looking for something to drop right now. Protection of Cold. We don't need excess of that, that's for sure. So throw the Helm of Intelligence on. We'll get it enchanted to +2 at some point. Shape-shifting now at 9. There's a staff. Meaningless resistance, but fire and ice enhancer. Really liking this gun with the willpower and ants on it. It's pretty strong. I mean, we got 42 int right now. It's doing a lot of work to keep our spells online. Willpower and int again, plus dex. Yeah, that's a direct upgrade from this Ring of Intelligence. Almost missed that. So that puts us at 4 pips of willpower. Still, even though we have 2 plus willpowers. So we must be really close to 5. Way more willpower than you need. Just vaguely thinking I'll take this along with me. It's a bit better than the fire staff, though it doesn't have fire resistance on it. It is a fire enhancer, so, since we're mostly doing fire, keep that online. All right, let's go take vaults. Talisman of Death gives me negative 90% HP right now, so not yet. Probably got to get it to at least like 24, 25 before it's usable. We've got 3 ruins right now. Could easily walk out of here with the orb. But let's go get some more ruins. Random vault sentinel straggling along here. So the game plan is mostly ignition going down. Then we got Hellfire Mortar, we got Summon Horrible Things. If there's liches, we can dispel them, dispel the things they do with Yaras. Take a Brilliance and go down. Probably don't need haste with ignition. I mean, one cast nearly clears out the center. No fear of being banished by the elf down on the left. Sitting at now 5 pips with the with all our buffs on. Condenser Vein potentially seems good here. Yep, so we'll go ahead and do that. Hellfire Mortar doesn't mind a bit. And my minions, it didn't spawn on my minions, so there's our first lich in the top right. So we'll go ahead and Yaras on that. He's standing around a bunch of friends, so we can hit all of them. Another lich coming from the top left. See if Hellfire Mortar can't get one of those. Our minions are doing a good job holding off everything to the south. Except for that gargoyle that's getting close. And we'll go ahead and take out the giant as well. I don't like that positioning because I don't want to take out my tentacle dude. I don't want to Yaras for the same reason on that lich. And Wand of Light is 1 tile off on its range. Can't hit him with Silver Javelin because my Hellfire Mortar is in the way, so we'll just throw it north. That ghost is going to blink right on top of me. 0% chance to paralyze, though, so he's really not all that scary. The summoning greater demons is the biggest thing to watch out for here, and we can dispel those with Yaras. So as long as they don't get in melee range, you're fine. Getting closer now. One of them's blocked off with the lava. Can't hit both of the Silver Javelin, so I'll just hit one. Try it again. No. Hellfire Mortar to block its path off. That'll do it. 1 lich down, 2 liches down. Still practically at full health. Running a little low on mana, but this is going fine. Yeah, you get that cluster in the top left, so ignition, really powerful here. Between our mana regen and our brilliance pot that just wore off, that entryway was pretty easy. Had plenty of mana to do all the things with. Level 26. We're going to hit max level before I even get into Zot at this rate. Probably not, but it's going to be close. Miscast? Great. All right, lots of gold. Gold for the gold god. We're at 17.7 thousand gold. We're going to need it for extended, so definitely collecting that up. Yeah, we don't need Amulet of Reflection. Interesting mace, but not going to use that. Not over our gun. Make sure we pick up our silver javelins. Might need those in the Ziggurat for the silencing ghosts. I'll end up training some more throwing at some point too. There's the prune glaive. Funny item to get online early if you can. Random gargoyle sleeping down there in his little corner. Might as well charge up MCC more often. I've got it online for stuff like that. Hey, manual summonings. That's useful. Takes us down to a 10.5 cost, even at level 16. So take it up a level at least to help with these miscasts on the Summon Horrible Things. It's a real pain when you miscast that one. Miscast again. Yeah, I hate that guy because when you get a good cast off, when you summon more allies, the first thing it wants to do is abjure them away. And so not only did you lose your mana from miscasting, you lose it from your successful cast as well. It's a bad deal, but summoning is strong enough that, you know, it deserves a bad outcome for miscasts. Awkward positioning here with the giant for Hellfire Mortar, so we'll just summon our horrible things. Just trying to get positioning on this ghost too. He can't really damage me, but I still got to kill him. And he's so evasive. There we go. Enchant armor for our Helm of Intelligence. And got one more enchant that I missed in Elf, so I'll go get that at some point. All right, I kind of figured there were going to be some enemies coming around that corner, so I used Hellfire Mortar to cut them off, and then we'll just use Ignition when they all group up. Again, that synergy with having so many allies on the screen and being able to cut off enemies makes them bunch up like that, and then you hit them with Ignition. It's really good. Really good pairing. Oh, he's got an interesting item there. I noticed going through the messages. I'll have to take a look at that. Oh no, it's this guy below us. The Obsidian Axe. Another interesting item that we're not going to use. Scarf of Resistance that we definitely don't need. Just pass that right up. Usually you wouldn't. It's not often that you have a game where you found multiple of those or multiple of other resistances that you just don't need it. Sentinel's Mark seems fine, probably. Might as well pull everything in. Finish it off easily. What's he got? Interesting amulet with silence on it. Oh, the silence debuff. Not that he's going to silence me. Ring of Dithmenos Whim. That's interesting. Yeah, not using that amulet. All right, now for the loot. What do we get? Moderately interesting staff, condenser vein, more Atropa that we haven't used basically all game. I do like having them, but just haven't needed them. When you got this much damage, you just kind of plow everything over. I've got Croc online still. Let's use it. Still a useful spell. Croc. All the way through the game. It's one of the reasons it's a top 10 spell for me. It just never runs out of usefulness. Let's dispel that. Oh, he's doing it again. Well, okay. Might as well summon everything in this tight corridor where I can kill it. Making it easy for me. No. We surpassed 20,000 gold. That's pretty cool. Couple more evocable level ups here. Let's see. Spell books. Anything good? Fulsome Fusillade. Yep. There's the Rune. That's pretty decent. Loot. Hey, basic gloves going to gloves of stealth. Both at +2. That's a strict upgrade. All right, that's Vaults 5. Very easy, I would call it. 14 and a half shape shifting. So we're getting there, moving right along. Vaults 5 is great experience. Actually, all Vaults is, but some horrible things down to 4% fail rate. Pick up a little more spell casting, get some spell school, spell levels, and some more mana. Really not in a rush to get shapeshifting online, obviously. So now just debating where to go next. And I'm thinking, let's go Zot. It's got good experience in it. We'll just clear it out. Usually I dive, but this time we're going to get the experience. Get us ready for extended. Not too bad an entryway, it looks like. Sometimes you get ganked as soon as you come into Zot. Ah, walls I can't cut through. It's a little awkward. Purple Draconian plus Quicksilver Dragon. 2 Purple Draconians. Slightly scary. Here comes a clown. Ah, Moth of Wrath. I forgot I didn't have clarity. I'm so used to having clarity. Now I'm berserked. Well, this is awkward. The Draconian blow means berserked as well. And I have a ranged weapon, so I can't even melee. Not that I'd really want to. So we're just going to run away. Now we're slowed on top of having slow movement speed. Hopefully our minions can stop these enemies. Purple Draconian, Stormcaller. All these guys are Purple Draconians almost. Not a fan of Purple Draconians with their breath attack. Paired with Quicksilver Dragons doing the same thing. You leave them alive long enough and they'll definitely kill you. Yeah, so the enemies were definitely waiting for me inside here. They just weren't standing right around the entryway. All hiding around the corner, I guess. Half health. Time to bail. Reset. That's why we stand on the upstairs. Or portal, or whatever this is, in this case. Stair dancing as a caster feels very good. Kind of boring gameplay style, but what are you going to do? Got to regen your mana. More purple draconians. They just keep coming. This is some kind of purple draconian vault, along with quicksilver dragons, obviously. Oh, that's a cool looking purple draconian. The Annihilator. I like those colors. Really nice tile. He's got a bunch of nasty spells on him. Don't get close. Don't let him have line of sight, that's for sure. There's Quicksilver coming through. Hellfire Mortar just barely getting the kill. Come on, Hellfire. Do the thing. Down to 56 health. That's not great. Wand of Light to blind. Got the kill. Yeah, perfect high roll on that Quicksilver Dragon. Could have killed me there. But chance to hit with light was really good. The only other alternative was blink. Can't resist Quicksilver Dragon Breath / Purple Draconian Breath. Whoops, thought I had Hellfire Mortar on. Still had Wand of Light. Wasted one of those. That's unfortunate. It's a really high power wand. All right, what's this vault going to have for me? There better be loot in here or something. Oh yeah, a book that I don't need and a hand axe. Great loot. Fantastic. Very Zot level. Makes all those Quicksilver dragons worth killing. Almost. Ooh, Distortion Trap. Charge up MCC. These guys hate MCC. They ignore all the other kind of damage, except for Hellfire Mortar, of course. Nothing resists Hellfire Mortar. Nor MCC. Zap, zap, zap. Okay, Zatu. Hopefully this one's a little more cruisy. We've got an Orb of Fire just around the corner. That short sword probably isn't worth it, but that vault's not too hard to get into. Those crabs don't really do anything to us. See if we can get MCC to charge up here. Oh, it timed out just before he stepped out of the clouds. It's a little awkward. Do it again. Just face tanking the Orb of Fire. I didn't get mutated though, so that's okay. We've got all the fire resistance in the world. Bad timing on that MCC too. I was still charging it. He popped around the corner just as it went off. Another Quicksilver Dragon. Let's reset that. I feel like I almost have a foothold here, but the enemies just keep coming. Just zap them as they come. Hellfire Mortar plus MCC is really nice because you can send it out, it keeps doing damage while you charge, and then MCC just kills the next closest thing that's left over. So another good synergy. Of course, MCC pairs well with your minions of any kind for the same reason, really. There's level 27 by Zot 2. Of course, I do have 4 runes, to be fair. So I've already done a little more than a 3 rune game, experience-wise. Still at 90% negative HP on that. So I don't think it really matters. We have some mutation pots if we need them. That's kind of the only thing you're preventing here. Nothing torments. Nothing that meaningful. The cursed toe does, but whatever. It's not like every other enemy torments like it does in hell. So we're fine to be patient. It's funny how Ash makes certain enemies just meaningless. Like Moths of Wrath are a non-threat when you're Ash and Zarya and have clarity. But all of a sudden you worship any other god, and it's like, okay, this is a real problem for a caster. There's several enemies like that. Tarantulas in the spider. Um, I don't know. There's some others too, but they just get completely negated by Ash. All right, let's check out this little spiral vault here. Blind. I like the new blind animation they added. It's nice. I'm not sure it says blind, but it certainly grabs your attention and tells you, hey, something's wrong. You're blinded. But the colorful disco lights doesn't exactly say blind. So it's fine. It's good. It works really well. There's our cursed toe. I'm just blocking places where it could spawn mushrooms with my minions and with the lava, and it just becomes a non-threat. I don't really think these crabs, I don't think their breath does anything meaningful to us. Ooh, I got double tormented there. It's annoying. Yeah, MCC. You just make it so he can't spawn anything around you. Confused. Might. Chaos Breath is crazy. Mighted again. Yeah, he mighted all my minions with his breath. That doesn't seem. That's why chaos is so bad, right? Like, yeah, it works when it works, but when it doesn't, then you just get killed by a buffed enemy that you buffed. Little silly. Harm and a holy short sword. Yeah, so that wasn't worth doing, other than the XP. All right, cursed toe plus tentacled monstrosity. That could be a bit sketchy. Ooh, and now we've been double tormented and a death cob. So let's reset. Try a different stairwell. It's not that far off. It's right over there. Ooh, moth. MCC that. MCC again. Hellfire mortar into MCC. Just kind of alternating between the two. Yeah, we'll just get out of there. That's a fine place to be. Blinked to. Really don't want to fight surrounded by a bunch of nasty enemies and a draconian teleporter that can move you around. Those guys can get nasty. Plus the blink surrounding as well. Like, you gotta be very careful with them. Yet another cursed toe. Oh, it's the one I saw earlier, probably. So we'll just pull back a little bit here. Make sure we're in a safe spot to engage it. in fact, heal up while we're waiting. There's our shifter. And hello, he blinks a orb of fire next to me. That's why those guys are dangerous. Luckily, that was a fine position to fight that. Okay, charge up MCC for the Cursed Toe. He forgets to summon his minions, and so we just zap him. Little awkward dance with this guy here. Good target for ignition. Ooh, Cloak of Preservation. I went back for it. It prevents corrosion damage, or it gives that resist, I should say. So I'm going to keep it on me. It's not worth changing around quite yet. But it would allow me to free up that armor slot if I ever find something worth replacing in that slot. Nice ring here, too. 9 int. Gains 3 over this. I don't need the willpower. I don't need the dex really either, so go ahead and put that on. Look at that stat sheet. A thing of beauty. Multiple plus stealths, willpowers, all the resistances. Amazing spells. We're just looking really good here. How do you not do extended on a character like this? Okay, that's Zot 3. Head down to 4. Block off that Zot trap first and foremost. Don't want anything coming around the corner and hitting it. I think we'll keep it blocked off again. And again. All right, all 3 of our stairwells are right here, so Revelation is in order, definitely. Make sure at least one of them is cleared off. I should say a second one. Then we're just going to try to defend this area here in case I need to retreat. Lots of ignitions there. Nicely grouped enemies. It's a beautiful sight. Shapeshifting to 19. Now we're getting somewhere. Malevolent Force, Sentinel's Mark. We don't have enough of the floor explored yet to not care about that. So we're just going to do a fighting retreat with our Hellfire Mortar. Make sure we're near an upstair at least. Mark's already gone though. That didn't take long. I must have most of the floor cleared out already. Nobody really came. Yeah, kind of a small floor actually. Mostly Draconians. Another Sentinel's Mark. Yeah, not even a single enemy left at that point. Another Death Talisman if I needed it, but we're all set. On to Zot 5. Now we're really hoping for no malevolent forces here, no malevolent teleports. But at least the left side lung is clear all the way around, so that's the route we're going to take. Just quickly clear the outside first. Ooh. Berserked Quicksilver Dragon. Luckily it died really quickly. They could mess us up if they wanted. Though they can't cast their breath, can they? I don't think. It's just a melee dude at that point. Could bribe branch. I kind of forgot I had this. So we'll go ahead and do that once. We've killed, what, a third of the enemies already, probably. So it should be pretty effective on the lungs. Kind of forgot I was going Gozag. I haven't used any of the abilities for so long. Just the gold ability, the gold distraction is plenty good enough most of the time. It's really all you need. That plus the excess gold. It's an incredible god. Make sure one of these guys don't stumble on a trap. That wouldn't be any good. I don't think they have a risk of going onto the Zot trap where I was. So just the distortion being the worry. I'd also prefer nobody went in the teleport trap, I guess, and end up behind me. Well, that guy's a friend. Make some noise here, see if we can't pull enemies from the right side. Get as close as we can without exposing that trap. Or if we do, we'll cover it up. Do some shouting. Nobody wants to come and play. Last noise scroll. Only picked up 2 the whole game. Usually you get a lot more than that. I don't know where he went. He teleported away. Or blinked away or something. Ooh, we've got an allied lich and an orb of fire. That ought to clean up shop pretty quickly. There's a neutral orb of fire. Gozag making things easy for us here. Charge up MCC. Yeah, the orbs and the lich is doing a lot of work there for us. Still above 20,000 gold, so pretty low price to just cakewalk Zot 5. Let's see, will that orb do anything for us here? Oh yeah. He's going to carry on clearing the level for us, I think. um, I don't think I got mutated there. I had that mutation before, I think. Ooh. The Scorcher's hitting me pretty hard. There we go. Got a couple mutations there. Frail is annoying. The other one doesn't matter. We'll go heal up before we finish the lungs. That's got to be about it, though. One more over fire here. Low on mana, half health with a clown, and he silences me. At least we killed him before that. Kind of a similar situation, but I still have my allies. Oh yeah, Hellfire Mortar cleaning up. Thought about using mutation pots there. Not that big of a deal. I have 223 health still. That's pretty good. That's fine. That clown just ate the MCC meant for the golem. Unlucky clown. Ooh. Lich just teleported away. Not sure where he went. Shapeshifting, 21 and a half. Stealth is practically free to level up if I want any more of that. Okay, well, that's pretty much that. A few more stragglers. No idea where that Lich went. He was a friend, but Hellfire killed him anyway. Okay, now that we're done with Zot, and we have 4 ruins, let's head to Abyss. Right, you've got to search for it. Depths 3, that'll do. In we go. Abyss 1. So we're just diving to Abyss 3. And there's our path down. Look at our stealth paying off there. Just dive in the water for a little extra speed. I don't think there's any real point in killing enemies at this stage. Hey, more water. But rather than get surrounded, let's go ahead and kill some enemies while we're at it. Oh, that's right. Hellfire Mortar has strange behavior in Abyss. Strange meaning not very good half the time. So do got to keep an eye out on that. That we can't probably rely on it. So now we're just waiting to get sort of dragged into the ruin vault, more or less. Usually that's the way of it, is that you just kind of eventually get teleported around and end up where you want to be. So maybe we'll just pass some turns. Am I getting mutated here? Yeah. Extremely frail. That's a little unfortunate. Shapeshifting up to 22, though. That's looking good. Ooh, Death Knight. I'm just going to teleport. I got 25 of them. Not liking current situation perfectly, so might as well move on. There we go. Okay. Still nothing of interest. Here's where troll armor would have been nice. Come to think of it, if I would have been thinking more, then I would have brought it with me, maybe. Because troll armor, definitely better than corrosion resistance right now. Gateway leading out? Um, well, I did say I could go get some troll armor, so I might as well pick some up. I don't see anything wrong with doing that. Let's see here. Our rings, I think I switched out of this ring last, so I'll just drop that. We're not going to do that. And then we'll go back to Abyss. Okay, let's try again. On Abyss 3 still. Spawning next to water, which is good for us. Could dive to 4, but I think we'll just be patient. No reason to rush it. Caco Demon. Maybe a little concerning, but not so bad with all these minions to get in the way. Just looking for a rune vault, please. Well, that's an angel over here, I think. Tiles lit up. Okay, there's the angel. My minion's having a little more trouble with the angel than I was hoping. What's this guy do again? I forget. Doesn't say he does anything, but something. Negative energy. Bound to bring torment once the forces dissolve. It's a torment? Yeah, okay. Well, good thing we have troll leather armor now. Hey? Let's just check real quick. Shapeshifting at 22. That doesn't do anything for us, does it? Negative 40 is actually getting there, right? We're aiming for 26 optimally, so we're getting there. Basically just hoping to get teleported at some point to the Ruin Vault area. Which usually happens faster than this, I gotta say, in my experience. So I'm just gonna pass turns, I think. This is a nice little area. We can kind of defend with minions quite easily. Zymes. Huh. Just taking its time. Kill that, please. What are my mutations looking like? Still extremely frail. Weak. Oh, weak-willed and weak fire. What's that actually look like? I still got one pip. But, oof. We'd like that to pass. Oh, silencer coming. We're going to read teleport. Just go ahead and reset this area. I don't have any interest in being silenced in this tight little area. Okay, there we go. Abyssal rune right over there. Good deal. And it's gone. Come on, game. Oh no, it's still over here. Okay, we're good. Potentially an angelic vault. Oh, I just got freaking tormented. Let me in, please. I would like that rune. Nope. And it's gone. No, it's still there. It says it shimmers again. I detect the abyssal ruin. It vanishes and reappears, but in the same spot. Strange. Can I cut through these? Yes. Ooh, there's holy weapons. So this is indeed a holy vault. Is that problematic for my minions? I expect it could be. Let's go ahead and drink a brilliance, I think. Oh man, we got the whole team coming. Let's see. I've got my fire resistance back, but my willpower is still low. Uncontrollable temper isn't good. Here's the door. What else do I have? I've got some evocables, like Box of Beasts might be good here. Let's go ahead and get that out. I'm conscious of my health being at 50%. And my mana is low as well. So what's Mind Burst look like? 83% is pretty good. Let's see. Still lots and lots of enemies on the screen. Do I haste? Is haste worth doing here? I've got 5 left. I think it is. And just as I do it, the Abyssal Ruin is gone. God, what a pain. Okay, we're actually in Abyss 5 as well. So let's heal up. This is not going as well as I had hoped, I gotta say. I wish Fusillade was online, I think. We could get Gels online. We could do what else? What would help us here? Something really efficient would be good. I like Forest, but it's not very repeatable, and I need it to be efficient and repeatable. It's Fusillade, but I'm a ways off that, and I'm training something else. Could do Passage to get me around easier. Anguish is actually potentially good. What's the power on it? 18%, which means I'm going to have trouble overcoming the willpower of late game enemies. Vile Clutch to lock things down and make them easier to hit for my minions. I think that's what it's going to be. It could also be Alistair's to buff my minions and myself. This is actually a pretty good spell. Even late into the game, it's 76% power. Is that better for me right now than Vile Clutch? It certainly goes with the summoning motif I have going on right now. Let's go for it. See what happens. I could also just skip Abyss and go somewhere else. I could bribe the branch. I'm not sure how well that works in Abyss, but I've got to pull out the stops here. We're on Abyss 5, which is not good. Got Irradiate as well. I've got to remember to do. Okay, well, is that the ruin? Yeah, all the way up there. Come on, get there. Hopefully this is an easier vault for me. Alistair's. Do I want to Brilliance again? How many do I have? Oh, you know what? Let's Potion Petition. Haste and Brilliance. Yeah, that's what we want. Thank you. Gozag. And then we want to go Alistair's. And then Ignition. And we're running in. Come on. Don't move it from me. No, I want it. Invisible. Can these towers see invisible? They can. Shoot. So I'm going to get my mana drained. What's our tact here? How many Blink Scrolls do we have? 6. So Evocables will still work. We don't have Box of Beast. We do have Phantom Mirror. We've got Vile Floods. Condenser Vein is interesting. Ruin is right there. I think maybe we just blow our mana. Charging in. There it is. Now I can't blink to it from here. Got it. And now we're going to teleport because my mana is gone effectively. Game, can I teleport, please? There we go. We'll just rest up. Beautiful. Okay. Show me the exit. Ignition is great for those guys. Holy cow, look at all these. What are we on? Abyss 5 still. That's why. Let go of me, tentacle. Different region of Abyss. Heal up. Rather get my mana back. I wasn't actually injured. More stars. Gateway leading out on top of me? Yes. Brilliant. Got it. Not too bad. No, just one haste and one brilliance pot, and then I go zagged the other haste pot and brilliance. So that was fantastic. Not too bad. I'm going to mutation pot here. See if we can't get rid of some of that stuff. I got a little extra armor. Still frail. I guess that's not too bad. 23 on shapeshifting. Where are we at here? Negative 30 HP. plus the -10 from Frail, so we're not quite there yet. Let's go to Crypt. Get a little more XP. Crypt should be relatively easy for us right now. What are our resists? Double negative. So should be fine. We've got Ignition, which is really strong here usually. And of course, Yara's is good here. Almost always. Against all the summoning and stuff that they do. Tight little corridor here isn't great. Oh, I got to remember too, my Hellfire Mortar is back online. It was essentially offline, I would say, in Abyss. Okay, we get everything? Can we get out of this corridor maybe? Cool. There's a Wand of Roots as well. We'll take that. More curings. Okay. Hopefully, there's the haste that I used to get that back. Hopefully we can get that experience we need on shapeshifting pretty quickly here. And then we'll head to the actual end game. Oh, hello, Kiku Vault. Look at this ignition. Boom, blow them up. Oh, it's so fun. I love ignition. Great spell. I don't use it very often, but when I do, I enjoy it thoroughly. Got a blink scroll back. That's up to 7. I didn't actually use any blink scrolls in Abyss. I often do. I often blink onto the ruin so it doesn't teleport away from me, and I wasn't offered the opportunity really this time, so got to save blink scroll. Look at that stealth, sneaking right up on him. Let's see. These guys here, I forget what this does. Oh, it's just a zombie dream sheep. Right. What does it do? It dies very quickly to Hellfire Mortar. That's what it does. So, end game, I'm expecting to be relatively straightforward with this much money on Gozag. There's some new stuff. I haven't played Extended in a long time. Like two patches, I think, since I've done Extended. And this is probably the last Extended run I'm going to do with 15 ruins, given that in Trunk they're getting rid of several ruins, essentially. We're making them mutually exclusive, I guess is the better way to say that. So, yeah, we're going to enjoy this last 15 ruin run here on a really strong character. What's a radiate? D? Nice. Nine blinking scrolls. This crypt has been great for blinking scrolls. Okay, we get this map, which isn't my favorite, that's for sure. Especially when we don't fly. Um, okay. So maybe I'll just shout and make sure nothing's going to flank me from over the water. Seems all right. All right, here's the welcoming party. Let's ignite. Second wave. Cool, pretty good, pretty easy. Third wave coming in. What are our, oh, we're at 24 now. Just keeping an eye on this because I'd like to get it online. Now, negative 20. Negative 20 is pretty reasonable if we need it in a pinch, so to speak. Let's see, anything good? Just the gold. Here's a lich. Do the old Hellfire Mortar trick of blocking the entryway to take out what I assume is the main vault here, I think. Certainly seems like it with the enemies we're seeing. Plus 10 plate of ponderousness. Was that the main vault? I think it was. Where's the loot, though? This must be the main vault. Oh, yeah. Top and center. There's an ancient lich. There's the corrosion we have our resistance for specifically, paying off nicely. And here's the loot. So, Sanguine Talisman. Does that have any relevance for us at this point in the game? Oh, look at this. Where did this come from? Hello. So, it replaces our Elec. Regen MP. It replaces corrosion, so I could go troll armor probably. I lose triple fire resist. Oh, that's super interesting. I don't know where I picked that up. Maybe you, the viewer, saw me pick it up, but I certainly didn't notice. So we'll get rid of this, I think, and then we'll put this on and we'll check. Oh, now we have no fire resist, so that's not good. But I could get rid of this gun now, I think, and put on my double enhancer staff. Oh no, it doesn't have fire resistance. It's fire enhancing, but no fire resistance. It's not a. It's a ice-based staff. Well, that's kind of unfortunate because I like this, but it's okay. The one I've got is excellent as well. I can't complain. Let's be honest. We're not going to use immolation anymore, obviously. So we'll drop that. We'll pick up Sanguine Talisman. Back to the original question. Does this have any use for us? Gives us stealth. Gives us an extra pip of negative, which we're going to get from Death Form as well. I don't know. I like this form on like Knolls and other stuff kind of in a 3-rune game. I don't know if it plays a role right now. As soon as this gets to negative 10, I think we're just putting it on probably. So I'll just wait. Why is Hellfire Mortar at 6% to cast? Did I lose intelligence somewhere? What did I do? I put this back on. Oh, the staff. Right. Switch my gun. That's instant speed. And now Hellfire is at 4. Okay, good. Just kind of block that path a little bit so they can't get to the alarm trap. Oof. Fragile. Surround me with allies, please. Don't let him attack me. Okay. I could pop on the flight ring and check out what's out there. I might. I think, though, there's no loot, right? It's just water. There's tomb. We'll go there later. Ring of protection. Don't want that. There's the. Oh, not this not book I thought it was. Zaxtium's Information on Death. Usually this is Necronomicon that gives you these spells. We haven't actually trained necromancy at all, have we? I don't think. Which is funny. This is at 16%. Oh, I do have summonings, though. 0 necromancy. I could honestly see learning Haunt even now. But is it better than like getting Gels online or getting Fusillade online? Probably not. Um, yeah, going Necromancy and getting Revivification online too isn't a bad play. I quite like it actually. Though it won't work in Lich form, come to think of it. So maybe it's not worth doing. I guess I should be thinking more about what spells I would want in the Ziggurat. And I guess it's Fusillade probably, just in case I get fire immune enemies. That said, I'm more likely to go with something like Shatter or Polar Vortex if I could find it, or Chain Lightning. Dragon's Call is close. Could just go full summoning with Ignition. That is a pretty good build. All right, anything else good here? Just some heal pots and things like that. All right. Yeah, let's do pop on that ring because I'm kind of thinking there might be a vault, not a vault, but a little treasure room or something off in the corner of this map. Hellfire Mortar is still very much online here. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Just double check this side. Okay, I was wrong. That's okay. Okay, what's next? Let's do the entryway to hell. Okay, there's Greyron. We'll cover up the Zot trap first and foremost. Summon horrible things. And then let's look at him. He has reach, of course. Sin Beast, which can be silenced. So could silence him. I think that's not a bad idea. He's also not immune to poison. I didn't check his fire resist. I don't remember what that is. Floods? Boop. Let's check fire resist. No fire resist. These guys, though, are fire immune, as are these guys. Okay, so ignite is not the answer, but Hellfire Mortar does fine against such things. So let's go Alistairs. Okay. These guys are now the scariest enemy on the map. 20% Doom Howl. So I think we ignite, which gets these little soul guys, gets him, and gets those. Okay. I'm going to potion petition. Hopefully we get mana. Haste heal wounds, probably. Or haste resistance. I don't need resistance. Okay, we didn't get the mana. Let's throw a silver javelin. Got it. Shapeshifting to 25. Let's just check while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's that negative 10%. Okay, so I think we'll keep this going, of course, but we want to get throwing higher for the Ziggurat. And potentially summoning, we do have that discount on leveling it. So let's get throwing up to like 9 while we keep leveling this. And now we'll just pass turns, I guess. Let our minions do the work. Resummon Alistairs. It gave us a buff of some kind. Unclear. What I'd like from Alistairs is the mana pot. He gives that sometimes, and that's really good. Oh, let's cover up that Zot trap. Almost missed it. There's another Howler. So we'll throw... Oh, we could Wand of Light. Nope, not quite yet. A little out of range. Throw that. Lightning Rod? No, that doesn't reach out either. Ooh, another one. Okay. Wand of Light you. Oh, that was a whiff. Wow, 3 of them? Okay, we're not going to play around with that. I'm just going to go regen, go back down, and ignite a bunch of times. Nice. Now we've got Balrog about to step on Zot Trap, which is a bit scary. We're surrounded by dudes that we could irradiate. I think we're just going to go with that. Nice, he went around the Zot Trap, which I opened up and can now cover. And Balrog just dies to Hellfire Mortar, I think. Nice. Really solid. Here's Horn of Greyron. So we'll grab that. I guess we're not using the staff, right? But I could also throw down Flame at this point. I don't think that holds any use for us anymore. Okay. For him, we'll do MCC. Actually, it looks like my friends killed him. Cover that Zot Trap up again. Yeah, having all these resists makes this pretty easy. Okay, that way is cold. Somewhere over here is fire, apparently. There's Dis, there's fire, and so up here is the scary one. Yep, okay. Okay, so actually the cold one is the easiest for us now. because Gozag still works despite not being able to drink potions. So that's cool. Reaping Inferno. This is a new enemy for me. What do you do? It becomes a firestorm, I expect. Yep, there it is. Cool. That's fun. All right. Well, I'll end it here, and in the next part, I'll go into Extended. Probably doing Pandemonium first, actually, not Hell, but yeah, skills looking pretty good. And this is pretty well online. What's our actual health if I put that on it? We're still at 200. So, I'd like to get it up to 26, I guess. And then we want more fighting too, just to get more health. So, yeah, that's all good. All right, that'll be it for now. See you in the next video.